This best bets and best ball edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up today using promo code SGPN and then go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/dog to enter our bonus contest. 5 winners will receive shirts, hats, and a $50 SGPN gift card. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today.
Hey, this is LeGarrette Blunt, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. We're models today, Sean.
We're what?
We're modeling.
Oh yeah, I got my Degen's University t-shirt on. You got the Sports Gambling Podcast hoodie on.
Oh, look how cool and relaxed I look. It's very cool. It's a cool hood.
Yes.
Kids didn't tell me it was super cool. I tried to
Really?
get, they're like, yeah, Dad, whatever. Maybe without the hood.
Are they into hoodies?
I think hoodies are being like they are into hoodies.
Oh, okay.
But it does seem like the school frowns on people wearing hoods at school. So I don't think we told this story on the show about me getting yelled at the Circa for wearing a hood.
Oh no, yeah. It's I think that at least makes sense because it's like they're trying to, it's a casino. You gotta know who's there. It's an ID thing. They don't know who you are.
I work at the VSiN studio.
Well, right, Ryan. I mean, security should know you're a household name. I don't know what their issue was.
The bit of I work at the VSiN studio. I mean, God help you if you run into a new employee that has no idea.
It is funny because they working at VSiN, you're allowed to get a 10% discount at other places like the coffee shop, the restaurant, whatever. And it is hilarious how many times I've said, "Yeah, I work over at VSiN," and they go, "What's that?" Like, you come into work every day. There is a TV studio in part of it's like one giant casino room. It's not even, these Caesars or these strip properties where there's like so many. There's like 12 different stores / things at at Circle. One of them is the VSiN studio. How would you not know what that is?
I would also assume that the people who work at VSiN probably frequent maybe the coffee shop. Yes. Maybe that's a spot they cruise on.
We can't be the only VSiN talent that goes to Saginaw's Deli, right?
Oh well, I will say it was a fun time being out there Groundhog Day style every Friday.
Yes.
Running into the same people. Some of them remembered that we ran into each other every week. Some people,
some people completely oblivious.
It actually was Groundhog Day.
Yeah. No idea what's going on. All right. So we got a nice show here. We're going to be doing one of the bonus, one of these best ball drafts, early look at the NFL season, but also best bets for tomorrow, AKA Monday, depending on when you're listening or watching this, youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. And we also got a this week's edition of Real Men of Degen, and we can start there.
SGPN presents Real Men of Degen.
Real Men of Degen.
We salute you,
Cam Newton. That's right, Cam Newton taking on 3 guys at his own camp. Who apparently were trying to jump him. We do have the video here of Cam Newton getting attacked at his own. As a guy, I made fun of Cam Newton many times. Like Cam Newton held his own. 3 guys attacking him. We can play the video. And no audio. This is crazy. I mean, the craziest part is Cam Newton has one of these wacky hats on. and is kicking people's ass wearing the wacky hat. I don't know what started it, but well, hats off to you, Cam.
Right
even
here,
though your hat stayed on.
Watch the way that he drags this other adult male like a kid. There may have been a couple other angles. A couple things stand out to me. One, guy with the white shirt that comes in at the end and throws a punch. I assume that wasn't at Cam. It kind of seems like it might have been at Cam.
No, I think he was. Yeah, I think he was a part of the jumping.
Watch this at the end. This guy with the white shirt comes in and like he could have done some damage, but he misses, and then he gets pulled back. Three things I want to know. One, why do we? This is like the Alvin Kamara situation. When are people going to learn? Why are you picking Cam Newton as the target? Did you not watch college football? He carried an Auburn team to a national. I've said this before. Colby argues with me. I shouldn't say easily, but he's the most dominant player we've definitely seen in modern time. He took a team, he put him on his back. He was physical. Basically, his whole career, he won championships. He didn't quite get there at the NFL level. And these idiots. These little, I mean, they weren't big dudes either.
They must have been, watching him at the end of his time in New England. Couldn't really get it done.
But then
looked really bad throwing the ball.
That same 6'6" dude is wearing a fucking wizard hat with hair coming out the top.
It does look. It's like half Amish hat too. Like it looks like he's about to raise a barn here.
I explain to my kids sometimes, like, look. Sometimes being in an altercation or an incident is about not being in the incident because you're not the first guy that's going to get picked on. And Cam Newton is not the first guy that you walk into a 7-on-7 camp. He is not the first guy.
Yeah. Well, also too, why are I understand. Yeah, you're hanging out at a bar or a club, even a little bit more. You're drunk. You get those beer muscles. You guys, you start like hyping yourself up. Like I'm going to take on Cam Newton. This is like 3:00 in the afternoon. These guys, I don't know what they thought they were going to get his wallet, like get his lunch money. Like, what are you trying to? It's not like he's wearing a chain that you're going to grab. What was the ultimate end goal for trying to mess up Cam Newton? I don't get it.
Were these Brock Purdy's boys? They're going to send a message.
The Purdy boys. I like that. Right?
Call me a fucking game manager. I'll get you.
Yeah, your hot takes have gotten too hot. I like that. I mean, that even going after him.
Even a stone cold Cam Newton hater in yourself would never try to sucker punch Cam Newton, or would you?
No, I mean Cam Newton, I'm sure is pretty intimidating in real life. I mean, look at the three dudes that came up to him were probably considered themselves decent sized guys, at least to the point that they thought they had a shot against Cam Newton, and even they look clearly. Now I don't know, maybe the hat does add a few inches here. I don't know where Cam Newton's head ends and the hat begins.
But that's the next element, and bringing it back to the education for the kids. Identifying crazy is an important part of survival in life.
Yeah,
and not engaging with crazy. And so not only
who are you giving this advice to?
The person who's about to run up on a man with hair popping out of a wizard hat.
Okay.
That's the kind of guy you don't fuck with. Just like there's a guy who walks down my main street every day barefoot with a it looks like a homeless guy. He lives in the neighborhood.
Well, also
but he identifies as someone you wouldn't fuck with. He's not the first guy you're gonna be like, hey sir, I want to fuck with you today.
It is funny too. Like 7-on-7 football is kind of like a softer version of football to some degree. Like no lineman. Maybe that's why routes, they thought they could attack him. There was no offensive line. Well, maybe it was guys representing female reporters that Cam Newton insulted by when he famously said, "Oh, what you female talking about routes?"
Again, he just the guy who was wearing the backpack that got dragged like he had just thrown a tantrum on the swing set. He's never going to live that down. Like you can't go back to wherever you came from being like, how'd it go? How did jumping Cam Newton go? Cool. I went viral getting wedgied.
Yeah. They kind of got the worst of it there.
I mean, honestly, my first thought was publicity stunt. Because Cam Newton's he's one of the he's entered the podcast game, Sean.
Oh, publicity stunt by Cam Newton.
Well, what? Now I want to listen to his show to hear what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if Cam Newton was smart enough to jump himself, I mean, who was that guy in Empire that hired the guys to commit a hate crime against him? That almost worked until it unraveled. He went a little over the top, and that's when people knew it was bullshit.
I'll go along with that reference, not having any clue what you're talking about.
You don't know who Jesse Salme is?
This is a TV reference.
Oh my God, Ryan.
What?
No, it's a.
I watched the last full show. The last show I watched, like probably full on.
Jussie Smollett. It was a massive news story.
Smollett. What did he do?
You remember the whole fake hate crime thing?
Oh, okay.
This is not on your radar at all.
I filter things out that turn out to be irrelevant to my existence.
Wow, that's impressive.
Some things miss me. I mean, Sean, I literally go from my house to this office.
Greg, the people in the chat all get my.
I don't watch the news. I come in here. If you don't tell me about it, and Colby doesn't tell me about it, and my kids don't tell me about it, and the algorithm doesn't tell me about it, where am I getting it from?
The algorithm alerted you. You just you just.
Woo! It's smoking my weed.
You just decided not to accept that knowledge, right? And you missed out because it was a great reference. Everyone listening to the podcast understands what I'm talking
love
about.
the reference.
Oh, okay.
I just don't get it at all.
Yeah, how could you love it then?
Well,
if you don't understand
I assume it's a great reference.
It's an amazing reference. All right. Hey, let's get to some bets, and then the underdog draft. Of course, best bets brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Your best bet when it comes to optimizing some parlays. Head over to HOFBets.com or use the promo code SGPN. You get 50% off your first month with Hall of Fame Bets. Optimize those parlays. College basketball, they will be doing player prop and individual stuff in time. I'm being told in time for conference tournament play. So stay tuned. The college basketball bets modeling stuff that Hall of Fame Bets does already for NBA and soccer is coming for college hoops. HOFBets.com, promo code SGPN. Kramer.
Would you like me to go first?
Yes.
Naturally. Happy to, Sean. Ready for this? We got a relatively small college basketball. So I thought about getting weird, promoting some shows on the network. I'll save the F1 picks for later in the week. Shout out to the F1 Gambling Podcast. I saw the NASCAR race was pretty wild. Check out the NASCAR Gambling Podcast, Cody and Rod. I don't know if you saw it, Sean. There was like a crazy photo finish. Really wild stuff. Still can't get into NASCAR. I know I'm a Tyler Reddick guy. Can't get into NASCAR at all. But yeah, I circled back on college basketball. Nice little tight. Maybe a dozen and a half games on Monday. You probably gotta, if you're looking at your book, you might have to click on the extra sections. I'm not going to give you any games from the extra section. I didn't. The majority of the games,
Drexel, Delaware, not on the extra section. Right?
No, that's impressive. Shout out to Drexel for getting off the
Unleash
extra
the
page.
Dragons.
But 3 games, 3 favorites. That's how I like it. I'll go biggest to smallest. We're going to first play North Carolina. Coming off a game where they were unfortunately throttled by the filthy Wahoos. Still won by 10 points, but they only scored 54 points. That's gotta
wait. They were throttled by the Wahoos.
Yeah, like their offense was throttled down by the Wahoos. They only scored 54 points. This is a team that is regularly scoring north of 80. Perfect remedy for that. They got Miami coming to town. Start of a little 3-game home stretch here. Miami, if you haven't been following Sean, Miami has completely fallen apart this season.
So not Final Four material.
They are they've lost 6 straight and 7 of 8, only beating my Hokies. Unfortunately, they are North Carolina laying 14 in this matchup. Don't care how big this number is. North Carolina's going to run it out, and Miami has quit all over them. Next, we're heading over to.
Are you doing all yours?
Oh, okay. We can go back and forth.
Okay. I'm going to start out in the CAA. Give me the Drexel Dragons catching 1.5 points at Delaware.
I told myself
I was always going to take Drexel. Right.
Well, I had a pick on the Drexel game, but I was like, you know what? I have a feeling Sean's going to have an action on that, so
I got you covered.
Yeah.
Drexel won, better at the free throw line, better offensive rebounding percentage. This is actually a fairly even matchup, but Drexel does have the more efficient offense, especially if you look at only the in-conference play. Drexel not great on the road ATS, but Delaware just as bad at home ATS. Someone's got to win, and I think it's going to be the Drexel Dragons. I'll take the 1.5 just in case, but I like the Dragons to unleash it on the Gamecocks here, catching 1.5. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta love the Drexel defense. That's the class of this game.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's all I got for you.
Thank you.
If I was gonna take a side, I also would be on Drexel. All right. Next up, we'll go from the extra large spread to a large spread. Big 12 home teams. Probably on the edge of where I'd like to be laying, but sorry, Mac, we're laying the 10.
Yes, cosign
with Kansas State.
Yes, sir.
Against the West Virginia Mountaineers. I'm just, it's a weird time for me to be in on Jamie Dixon, but I'm formally in love with this team.
Wait, what are you talking?
Kansas State. Oh, sorry, not Jamie Dixon.
Yeah, come on.
The Tang Gang.
Come on, Ryan.
I was jumping ahead to my next pick. Tang Gang against West Virginia. All right, alter the handicap. This is purely just a Big 12 at home. Also, this West Virginia team. Again, we're very close to a situation with Mac, and we see the soccer mom approach to this team, and it's
Country
undeniable.
roads.
You want nothing to do with this team on the road.
Country roads take me home because that's the only place West Virginia can get a win to save their fucking life.
And even there, it's dicey.
They've lost all their road games, 1-6 ATS on the road,
and their neutral site games.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I'm also on K-State. Nice 10-point win at home against BYU. They run it back against an inferior West Virginia team. And this is a back-to-back road spot for West Virginia. They just don't have much going on.
Yeah, these random Monday games in the Big 12 are strange too, because you got that. It's a relatively quick turnaround for these teams.
Ryan, and I'm going to beat you to it. Give me the TCU Horned Frogs at home, laying 2. Baylor coming off that brutal overtime loss to Houston. That was tough. I mean, hung around, played again, and hats off to Houston. Houston played very well. But now they got to go on the road to TCU 9-5 ATS at home. And I really like what I've seen out of this TCU team. If you look at my VSiN picks, from Friday night, just the tips 3-1,
just,
Kramer talked me into the TCU play, but, I do like TCU. I like him here laying 2. Kramer, I'm assuming you're also on TCU.
Well, I'm going to use my Jamie Dixon nugget now for TCU. Somehow I'm into a Jamie Dixon team. Jameer Nelson Jr. We like this squad. We circled them. We're gonna be. I would. It's probably safe to assume if we're talking about a TCU game, we're probably taking TCU for the rest of the season. Only 3-4 regular season games left plus the postseason. I'm all in on this squad. I think they're Ken Palm's number 3 most experienced team in the nation. That's gonna show up this time of year. Love it. Lay the points. Chalk. 3 ways.
And I'm entering my picks in for the college basketball picks page, and I'm seeing Drexel up to 2.5. Ryan. So
what do you mean?
I'm gonna officially lock that in. Give myself an extra point.
Oh, did you just pick up some CLV there?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty sick, dude.
And I mean, maybe we should just go by these lines because I see Kansas State at 9.5.
Oh, damn! I got on the wrong. I mean, I do have these in pocket. I have 10, 14, and 2.5 in pocket.
And let me see what TCU though is 2.5.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay.
So you're saying I got basically I got the.
Well, I got it at 2, but I'll count it at 2.5 because I don't want to give out something the audience can't get.
Well, yeah, I mean there are still some 2s. I'm looking at the board. There are 2s available. There are 9.5s also for Kansas State.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But I got 10 in my pocket.
Oh, okay.
And the audience wants to know what's in my pocket.
All right, that does it for the best bets, February 26th, 2024 for Monday. Now, of course, time for our best What are you laughing at, right?
I don't know. I just felt like that was you came hot with the transition there.
All right. You want to do the best ball read?
No,
best ball read and let people know about the contest.
I liked it. Not a bad thing at all. I feel like you're sensitive about something tonight. That was good. It's a positive thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to do the ad read and you burst out laughing.
Like in a positive sense, it was good.
Oh, okay. A positive laugh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
laughing with you.
Okay. Thank you. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/dog. Get in on our underdog contest again. 5 shirts, 5 hats, and 5 $50 SGPN gift cards. And of course, sign up over on Underdog. Use the promo code SGPN. 100% deposit bonus up to $100. Great for pick'em. And of course, amazing Underdog graphic. Josh was asking what players should we use, and went with the Sideshow Bob kid from Seattle. Shout out to him. Of course, Underdog Fantasy must be 18 and present as state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Kramer, let's fire up the old best ball draft.
I gotta be honest. That smirk he had on his face was like, do the serial killer smile. A little odd. We'll check back in with this guy in like 5 to 10 years, see how he's doing. All right, let's go here. All right, so we're still working on the big board. It's the pre-draft best ball. $200K to first, Sean. So we're not talking about a baby contest here.
Yeah.
2 million total in prizes. They are doing slow drafts if you're into that kind of thing.
No.
Well, I mean, not you, but someone else maybe.
All right.
Someone else might be into that.
Come on, slow. Why go slow and you can go fast, Ryan?
The reason you would go slow
like fast
is
cars, fast women, and fast fantasy drafts.
It is easier to start like say you wanted to do like 75 to 150 drafts.
Okay.
That would be.
Oh my God.
Sounds like a reasonable thing to do.
Max entries is 150. So if we wanted to get to 150, we probably need to fire some slow. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, I'm clicking the button. Oh no, get out.
I'm in.
Oh, you're in?
Yep.
Okay.
Waiting for one person.
Perfect.
All right. Hopefully one of the people is the audience.
No, hopefully not. It hasn't been fun.
Yeah, audience has been snaking
assholes.
our picks.
It's very clear they listen to the show. We also depress the value of Zeke not Zeke, but any cowboy really.
Cody Zeeb in the chat made it here just in time.
Oh.
Speaking of fast cars, NASCAR gambling podcast. Cody firing off some winners there.
Oh, did I just break the share? Hold on.
YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast. Easy in the chat. Shout out to you, Easy. Haven't heard in a while from Easy. Good to hear from you. He hit the Mexican Open winner 40-1. I think our producer Cameron did as well. And then 3 1,000ths of a second from cashing the NASCAR winner.
Well, I was just talking about that photo finish.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean,
you were drafting in the 10th spot. I'm drafting in the 3rd spot.
Oh, I don't think I've done a draft from the back end. I like that.
All right.
How are we feeling?
CD Lamb is now number 2 ADP.
No, not my ADP.
Well, according to Underdog,
that's insane.
Bryce Hall up to number 6 here.
I mean, we have discussed the Bryce Hall situation. That does make sense to me. It's why I mentioned him in offensive player of the year conversations when we.
So Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill go. Oh, and Bruni, shout out to Bruni there in the number 2 spot. I'm in the number 3. I can't take CD. Do I take Justin Jefferson?
You can't, or you don't want to.
I both.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Justin Jefferson. I don't feel like I have him.
You heard he might be on the block. That's what they're saying. Justin Jefferson could get traded.
Are they gonna trade him to wherever Kirk Cousins goes?
You like that?
That'd be better than sticking around, probably.
Well, you never know. That'll be interesting.
I mean, why would you trade Justin Jefferson? What would you have to get Justin Jefferson off your team? That as much as it sounds nice, that would take so much.
Caleb Williams.
Now, well, did I see the note that Caleb Williams is only 1 inch taller than Bryce Young?
Really?
That can't be true, right?
No.
If that's true, are we out?
I'm out on Caleb Williams. If he's only 1 inch taller than Bryce Young, where did you see that, Ryan?
One of the aggregators, so I can't trust it. But
Caleb Williams, it says he's 6'1".
Well, that's at college.
Well, it says Bryce Young's 5'10". Now that's okay. So maybe there's just rampant lying going on.
Wait, what did Bryce Young measure?
So he's
at
five.
the
If Bryce Young's 5'10", I'm 6'3".
What did he measure at the combine?
I don't know. CD Lamb, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, all off the board.
Oh, DJ Moore at the 7 pick. All right, that's bold.
Wow.
Right, that's bold.
Yeah, taking the Bears receiver in the first round. Breece Hall goes. Bijan Robinson. Kramer, you're on the clock. So technically the 10 spot.
Yeah. That feels like a bold pick. All right. So I could have been talked into this last year, assuming some health. Yeah. I don't mind that. I don't understand Puka being up here. I'll be completely honest.
Really?
Yeah.
What don't you understand?
Cause I feel like what happened last year was like almost optimal. Cup missed some time. They didn't really have anyone else on the team to play receiver.
Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron Williams. Who would you rather have, Kyron Williams or Puka Nacua?
I think Kyron Williams.
Kramer, you're back on the clock here. AJ Brown just went.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just gonna stick to. I was
Nico Collins.
I was looking at Nico,
2nd round pick.
Oh wow, absolutely! I was looking at Nico Collins in the offensive player of the year market.
Oh wow!
If Houston has a year and CJ Stroud has, this guy was a bona fide alpha. I mean, and when we look at it through the lens of Marvin Harrison Jr. going 2 picks later, who would you rather have, Sean? I mean, Nico Collins is the alpha on a team that's going to pass a lot. I understand Tank Dell's there, but I mean, you got to think about the Ayuk Debo Samuel thing. Like Nico Collins is Ayuk. He's the guy with the more potential in terms of ADOT and everything else.
But I guess the issue is Texans do have a lot of cap room. I wouldn't be shocked if the Ayuk role becomes Brandon Ayuk.
Interesting. You think that's what they need?
Oh, I don't think that's what they need, but you know how teams operate. They have a young quarterback. They have a bunch of cap space.
I feel like that's not where I feel like offensive
Brandon
line,
Ayuk, Rashee Rice, Stephon Diggs go.
Running back, defense, like multiple positions on defense need to be addressed. I mean, I would not be scared off taking Nico Collins in the 2nd round at all.
I just got Devontae Adams. So Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson. I mean, Devontae Adams is. I think anything we learned last year is that he's completely quarterback proof, right?
Yeah, I don't mind Devontae Adams. That's exactly where Devontae Adams is going to go. Maybe he makes it up to
103 catches last year, even slightly down on his touchdowns. Still, I think a good pick here in round 2. Josh Allen goes to Bruni.
I think his value can only go up once we learn more about the quarterback too. With Adams.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Aiden O'Connell's the projected starter. Theoretically, can probably only get better. Debo Samuel goes. Bruni back on the clock. Michael Pittman Jr. I'm on the clock.
Where do you think Pittman ends up?
That's a good question. Why you don't think? What's his deal with the Colts?
I want to say he's one of these guys who is in his last year. Hold on, let me pull up his contract. And it's like the Ayuk thing. Ayuk's under contract for one more year, but there's a lot of people that are like, oh, well, this is when you get your value. You got to deal him now. Pittman is done, so he's a free agent.
I took Chris Olave.
Nice, I like that.
3rd round. Yeah, again, kind of quarterback proof. I mean, I feel like he could have even had a better year. Mike Evans goes. He's an interesting. Feel like things could only probably go better again, but maybe he's up there hitting the age cliff.
I don't know. Sure.
Jalen Waddle goes.
Gotta love drafting him last year in the 6th, 7th round over taking him in the 3rd round this year. I think people are going to he's going to get overdrafted too. Especially if he ends up on the Chiefs or something like that. Love Mike Evans. We'll be playing him in DFS.
Running back is a weird market this year. Cause I mean, I don't know. There's been 10 10 running backs drafted already, and then it kind of falls off. I mean, now we're looking at Travis Etienne, Pacheco, Rashad White, James Cook. I don't know, man. I feel like it's going to be tough for me to find builds I like with running backs early. I'm just going to have to force the issue to have some balance.
All right, here we got another guy just taking the rookies. Just another rookie hawk.
DK Metcalf, Neighbors goes.
He's got Harrison and Neighbors on the same team. I mean, I
Travis Etienne off the board.
Oh man, I feel like I'm staring down the barrel of a situation here. I mean, all right, let's just keep taking best.
Travis Etienne Jr. goes. Guy, all running backs so far: Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Travis Etienne. Kramer drafts Drake London.
You're
Jalen
assuming there's a nice quarterback here. I mean, he looks like he could be really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Atlanta skill position players, you think without Arthur Smith would see an upside, but I feel like also it's kind of factored into the market. I mean, Bijan going number, in the first round there.
I'd rather take Drake London than Bijan.
Really?
At their draft position. Obviously.
Cooper Kupp, Devonta Smith, Jalen Hurts all off the board.
I also was kind of telling myself I needed to make sure I got more elite quarterbacks. I don't know if it's going to be this team though.
Only 2 quarterbacks off the board: Hurts and Josh Allen. Kramer back on the clock. Keenan Allen just went.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. This feels all right. Do I take a running back or do I take a running back?
Oh, you did take a running back.
Yeah.
By the name of Lamar Jackson. Got him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be taking. I'll be curious. So the study here is now which one of the running
Florida goes.
Who gets back to me? Is there a guy that I don't? Unfortunately, I do see myself taking a lot of Kyler and Justin Fields this year, but I think this is another way to prevent me from doing that. And I think not like Anthony Richardson also interesting. I'll probably have those will be the I would if I had to guess right now, those are the 4 most popular guys on in terms of the runners.
Laporta, Higgins, Stroud off the board. Stroud. Now, would you take Stroud ahead of Anthony Richardson?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I would either.
I love.
I mean, as a quarterback, sure, but in fantasy, I don't know.
I love CJ Stroud. I love the situation. It's why I like Nico where I took him. I don't love Tank Dell in the 3rd, and I don't know if I'm taking CJ Stroud in the 4th. It's tough to take these types of quarterbacks this early unless you're. He did have the kind of year where you would be like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Pacheco goes,
but what's he got to do to achieve a better? Like how does
CJ Stroud?
How does he outperform 4th round?
CJ Stroud?
He probably doesn't.
Yeah. James Cook go. So now do I take a running back? I mean, Rashad White, Kenneth Walker, Josh Jacobs. Like, I don't know, man. None of these at the price are very interesting.
I mean, I was half joking, but that's why I took Lamar here instead of a 4th receiver.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Anthony Richardson again.
I mean, it's not a running back, but it's also not a receiver, so it gets you up a leg up on a position. And honestly, dude, you look at these running backs, like who gives a shit right now?
Yeah,
there's so many guys that I'm fine taking. I have no idea where Alvin Kamara is going to go. I don't really give a shit. I don't want to take him. So
Amari
all the
Cooper, Kenneth Walker,
this whole tier of running back, it's like not interested, just not interested.
No, maybe Rashad White. I don't know.
I feel like even him, it's like you're probably buying it at a premium. Although he did have a nice year, and I don't see what's really going to change. They still have a defensive coach. Mahomes in the 5th after these guys. What do you think? You took Anthony Richardson before Patrick Mahomes. Tear to comment.
Yeah, no, I mean, you look at Mahomes, like it's not like he had an amazing year in the regular season fantasy wise. He wasn't top 10 fantasy quarterback. Now maybe if they get like a Mike Evans, that changes. But yeah, I mean, I think they showed you they can kind of get by off their defense and everything else. I am going to take Rashad White. 64 catches. I'm in.
Yeah, and right now again, Josh Jacobs free agent, not really interested. Derrick Henry, free agent, not really interested. I mean, maybe these guys get more interesting when you find out where they're gonna go. Alvin Kamara, are you interested? Feels like he's kind of like entering that time where he's going to be less interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. All these guys in this thing in this range, running back wise, I would rather just wait and, for the most part, wait and roll the dice. Someone took Dak. Wow, that's crazy.
He did lead the league in touchdowns this year, Sean.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
I know, it's weird.
I mean, with Justin Fields and Joe Burrow, Kyler available, I don't know. Not really that interesting. Mark Andrews goes to not Ryan. That's got to be upsetting.
That's fine.
Really? So you're in on Lamar, but not.
I mean, Lamar. I think Lamar is one of the guys you can be okay with a single stack or maybe even naked.
Okay.
I mean, I have Nico without CJ Stroud, so I mean, we'll find a way. So thoughts on the tight end order? Sam Laporta, is he going to be your number one tight end when we
could be? Yeah, I mean, great situation.
I'm sorry, number two after Kelsey.
I don't know. I don't know if Kelsey's the number one. I mean, he didn't do that much in the regular season. He turned it on in the playoffs, certainly, but I don't know. I don't know if you can pencil him number one.
Certainly. I mean, we see it here, but just the idea that these tight ends are going to fall a little bit, it does feel like they missed out on some stuff. All right, so I got to imagine Kingsbury figures out a way to.
Oh, and shout out to I mean, yeah. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just I'm taking Terry McLaurin. I've always seemed to have a soft spot for Terry McLaurin, and it does seem like the situation is going to get better for him. Just schematic.
Shout out to everyone who gave me a ton of shit for not having Mark Andrews in my top 10 fantasy football tight ends, 15th. So you're welcome.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Are you bitter? Not bitter.
No, I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter, Ryan. I'm correct.
No, that's right.
Josh Jacobs, Jordan Addison. I mean, Jordan Addison, especially if they're not going to trade.
The aggregators told
Jefferson.
Me they might trade Jefferson. I don't think you can. Jefferson's on a very short list of guys you can't trade.
Yeah, awesome players just don't get traded in the NFL. Like I'm trying to think of like who is the last amazing player that got traded?
McCaffrey. I mean, in terms of like
you're
top
right.
of your position,
he's the exception.
He's and then you probably got to go back to like a Peyton Manning type situation or Tom Brady. But they were free agent. The idea that you're gonna. I mean, again, what are you getting for Jefferson? To your point, it's got to be Caleb Williams plus what? What else are you getting?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you could talk yourself. I'm sure they would trade Caleb Williams for Justin Jefferson.
If the Bears keep Fields, trade the top pick for Jefferson.
They're not. They're not keeping Fields, but that would be funny.
I did take Aaron Jones, Sean. I think at this point I'm going to talk myself into something like that every time. Yeah, ceiling, right? You're playing best ball. When he's going, he's going.
Yeah, I think his.
I know where you're at on him. For me, the debate was Aaron Jones or Tajay Spears. Spears a little bit of an unknown down there in Tennessee. We know one thing about Tennessee. What are they going to have? They're going to have a good offensive line. Callahan brought his dad. Callahan. There's got to be some sort of Tommy Boy joke going on there. Right?
I took Nick Chubb. I mean, he blew out that knee super early in the season.
When do you think what's the word on when he's back?
Oh, I'm sure he's going to be ready to go day one.
Really?
Yeah.
I think we had this conversation. I was shocked when you said that last time.
Guys who tear it that early are usually okay. Bruni took Austin Eckler and Stevenson.
Okay.
Ramondre.
What did he tear? For some reason, I thought he had something that was slightly worse. No,
I don't think so. I took Christian Watson.
Oh, interesting. His hamstrings. They gotta go see the specialist, see what's going on with his hamstrings. What are you checking on his hamstrings?
No, I'm looking. Trying brittle. To find the latest on.
They're brittle.
Yeah, maybe I should have went Romeo Doubs, but I don't know. Christian Watson still has some nice upside there.
Yeah, I don't.
Burrow goes.
I don't know if I have a take there. Joe Burrow is interesting this year. I mean, he's certainly. I mean, we're at the point where, I mean, who's still on the board that is draftable? I guess Justin Fields. Like Justin Fields is going to be a steal this year. Doesn't it seem obvious?
Yeah. Oh, wherever he goes, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He's going to be fired up. I mean, Kyler, I think could be. I don't know. He's always somewhat intriguing, I guess, because of his running ability. Tony Pollard, Joe Mixon, Brock Bowers.
All right. What time is it? Is it time to take more running backs?
Oh, so someone took Justin Fields right on cue, Ryan.
Seems about right. All right. Let's see. I think you have to continue to. Oh yeah, forgot how much I love this pick here.
Oh yeah, Najee.
I'm starting to love my running back room, Sean. David Montgomery was next up in my queue. He's gonna end up like. Do we think Gibbs is gonna end up being a first round pick?
Where is he at?
First round.
Draft? He was in the first round.
End of the first.
Oh yeah, people are talking. The people love.
But Montgomery just seems like he's going too late.
Yeah. No, I mean I think I had a decent amount of him last year. I don't know why you wouldn't still like him. Maybe he gets not quite as much as previous as he did last year, but I don't know. Like it seems like they have a role for Gibbs where it's not going to be him being the workhorse, right?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's not a Tony Pollard situation where the running back coach was telling you he was a sports car. Worth noting, I did just draft Kyle Pitts.
Oh my god!
Oh, so you're gonna draft?
Yes.
No, okay. You're gonna draft Justin Fields, no, Justin Fields already got drafted.
No, I'm gonna draft the guy they're actually gonna pick up.
Oh, who's that?
Makes sense with the offense. Raheem Morris, he's gonna run some form of the McVay, Shanahan zone read. Kirk Cousins really good at zone running scheme. So yeah, I do think it's gonna be Kirk Cousins. We'll see.
Really?
You like that?
You don't think so?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't. Brock Purdy goes in the 8th round. Wow.
He was in competition for the MVP.
Yeah, but Raheem Mostert, we feel okay with him.
Yeah, he's confused. That situation's confusing to me because I would probably put it in the same bucket as Gibbs. Like Achan probably shouldn't be going that far ahead of Mostert. Was the better running back this year. Bottom line,
18 touchdowns. I'll run it back again with Raheem. So I guess I did talk myself into some running backs because I got Raheem Mostert, Nick Chubb, and Rashad White.
Yeah, but what rounds did you take those running backs? 5, 6, and 8. I mean, that's that's the thesis. Unless you're gonna, do you like any guys at the top?
Yeah, I mean Christian McCaffrey, but I don't know, not kind of after that. Tua goes to Bruni. I'm on the clock here. Get a little stack for Anthony Richardson, Josh Downs.
A little stacky. I haven't been overly thinking correlation. I will say that.
What's week 17, Ryan?
Don't know yet.
Wow.
We don't know yet. We actually don't
stump
know.
you.
I know, but that's that you can stump the world with that. I did see there's a market on who the Chiefs are going to play opening game.
Oh, really?
All 8 teams they play at home. You can bet on them all. Think they would make it a divisional game?
No,
I don't think so.
they usually don't do that. I feel.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a NFC team.
Mm-hmm.
Javonte Williams, Chase Brown.
See, now we're back into a range where it's like, oh boy, some of these running, like it is interesting to see the clumpings of ADP. It does seem to go flip flop between running back, wide receiver, and back.
You taking your boy Jaden Daniels, Ryan?
No, I'm not going to be taking another quarterback yet. Yeah, I do think. Let's see. There's some options here. Some options here. All right, little upside play here.
Khalil Shakir. Huh.
Why did you say it like that? I mean,
No,
Gabe Davis is out of town. Diggs, who knows? Shakir's there. They seem to like him.
Jameson Williams is kicking around. Still feels like they're, I don't know. He's got some issues, but I understand the case for best ball.
Certainly. All right, so we're gonna play the Caleb Williams gets drafted.
You stack him with Cole Kmet
With Terry McLaurin, Washington.
Oh, you have Caleb Williams going
this
to
build.
Washington.
This build. I now have a Washington stack. Caleb Williams and Terry McLaurin.
Wow.
Thanks for noticing. That's how you do it. That's how you do it right there.
No, shout out to Shark in the chat. I missed that. He's saying they should keep Fields in his opinion. Yeah, I don't. Them keeping Fields and like building around him and what you'd be able to get with Fields and what the defense has and what the defense looked like post Montez Sweat. I definitely see that.
Aren't you trying to be a running team that plays defense? I mean,
but it's obvious they're going to draft Caleb Williams.
Is it
100%? Our boy Crack Rock already confirmed it. That guy Crack Rock on Twitter is connected, right?
I wouldn't want to slander Crack Rock.
No, you don't slander Crack Rock or his reporting, Ryan.
Right now, I would take if you said Bears draft Caleb Williams versus the field. I would take the field.
Okay, how much you want to put on that?
What would you make the price?
Well, I mean, it sounds like you have it as an even money bet.
No, see now you're doing that thing. You're doing that. I'm going to puff out my chest and try to give you some horrible bully into a bad position.
What would you make the odds?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious on what is it for the Bears to take Caleb Williams? We probably have that price.
Nah, I drafted Cole Kmet. I'm panicking. I don't know what I like here.
That's good. What you have to do at this point in the draft is freestyle it. You have to be willing to realize that this is just sheep. Sheep created this ADP. You don't need to follow it.
No, that's true.
None of this ADP fucking matters. The draft hasn't happened. We don't know where some of these guys are going to play. You got to fire on opportunity, like shit that makes sense. Like to me, there are running backs going off the board right now. Oh, see, Bruni, I just took Caleb Williams and I have Terry McLaurin. Why are you taking Jahan Dotson?
What would you make the odds at that you would bet the field versus the Bears?
Well, if the Bears that take Caleb are -600, like that would be the starting point.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So you're not that confident.
No, but well, yeah, I'm confident enough. I'm confident the price is wrong.
Oh, okay.
I'm confident that the price should not be that. I understand Caleb Williams being the first pick, being heavily favored. But yeah, I think you being so confident that the Bears are going to take Caleb Williams with the first pick seems crazy to me because I think they could very easily trade down a pick and still take a quarterback, get rid of Fields, do all of that. And it's not Caleb Williams.
Oh, okay.
And I think Bears fans, I mean, does Caleb Williams strike you as a cold weather guy? Does Caleb Williams strike you as a Bears quarterback? I get it. They can't take the North Carolina guy either.
I guess what I'm more confident on is that they're not bringing back Justin Fields.
Yeah, I think we can agree on that. Although I see the case why you'd want to keep Justin Fields. Like you laid it out. Like the team is kind of onto something. You know, you maintain that momentum. But yeah, they want to reset the clock. I do think they draft a rookie quarterback. But I think you can gain so much by trading down a pick and not taking Caleb Williams, especially if there's any question that Caleb Williams is the guy. And I think we've gotten to the point where people are going to have plenty of questions about Caleb Williams being the guy, especially if he's only an inch taller than Bryce Young.
That's correct. I mean, Is it just Bryce Young looks tiny because of his like weight? Why does Bryce Young look so tiny?
He's tiny. That's not like an optical illusion or anything.
No,
He's just tiny.
I still remember last year when we watched his preseason game and he comes out and you're like, holy shit, that guy is fucking tiny. There's no way he's gonna be good.
Pretty tiny. All right, we'll take a rookie.
It's kind of a crapshoot right now. Blake Corum goes to Kramer.
So I had Jonathan Brooks in the earlier, and then I was reading about the ACL stuff, and on top of him having a late ACL, it doesn't sound like he's. It sounds like he's had some things that maybe have delayed his recovery. But so the next running back on the list becomes Blake Corum. Which could you see Harbaugh picking him up? Just bringing him down there. I know there's the rumors about Harbaugh wanting to sign Barkley or something like that, but could you see Harbaugh drafting his running back from Michigan to the Chargers? Absolutely, so absolutely.
Barkley not coming back to the Giants.
I think the way that Barkley ends up back on the Giants, if he goes out and gets absolutely nothing in the open market and takes some horrible deal, that to me that's the path, because I think if you can get him on the cheap, then you're definitely going to have a situation where the ownership will be like, well, if we're not having to pay him, we got to bring this guy back. I think there's plenty of good argument around like the leadership and locker room stuff as to also why you would bring him back if he's not going to cost anything. And it does seem like there's a shitload of running backs entering the market, which would be bad for demand. I mean, do you think any of these guys are going to get paid? Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler, like, are any of these guys securing a bag?
I got in this argument with this Eagles fan about them not signing Derrick Henry. He's like, he was second in yards last year. It's like, yeah, dude, at 4.2 yards per carry.
We love Derrick Henry.
280 carries. I like Derrick Henry.
He looked cooked.
Yeah, I think his best years are behind him. Certainly not someone I want to pay for. I mean, yeah, sure, if he signed for a veteran minimum, yeah, roll the dice, but I think he thinks he has enough left in the tank, and he can probably get enough money from someone that, and also like the Eagles aren't going to give someone 280 carries, and he's a guy that needs a bunch of carries to get going. So the Eagles signing Derrick Henry would not be something I would suggest.
I could see them signing Derrick Henry if it was like, again, there's no market for these guys, and you're able to sign him for like a 1 year, $2 million contract or so. What did they sign Rashad Penny? Like 1 year, 1.2 million or something?
Yeah, sure. But I guess I think there'll be a slightly higher market for him than
you
that.
think so?
Slightly, not like major, but I think he'll be able to get like $5 million from someone.
Okay.
I just drafted Ladd McConkey, mostly because I like that name. That guy sounds awesome. Ladd McConkey.
2 D's. I mean, yeah, good on him. Adam, you did that with Adam Thielen still out there.
I was considering taking Adam Thielen, but I don't know. He did the PPR guy did kind of fall off second half of the season, right?
Ladd McConkey. All right, let's see. What do we got? How many rounds we got left, Sean?
We're in round 13. It's a 20 round event, Ryan. X Worthy. Not familiar with his game.
Xavier Worthy. Just another one of these rookies. People love rookies. Like at this point, they'd much rather take a rookie than someone who actually produced last year in the National Football League. All right. So I will stack Lamar with Isaiah Likely. Like to me, this is a very, very nice way to stack Lamar over and over and over again. Why not? They can't. Isaiah Likely is going to be part of this offense this year. 0% chance with Mark Andrews healthy that they're not using him.
Is DeAndre Hopkins definitely not back with Tennessee? Do we know that, or
he's not under contract?
Okay, so what is he technically a free agent then?
I'm looking it up. I believe he signed a. Let's see here. What is this? He is under contract. They can save a ton of money by cutting him. So that would be, he's due the roster bonus on March 18th. So that's the deadline to cut him would be then. And they can basically save almost $12 million, I think, by cutting him.
Do we know what's going to happen to Joe Flacco? I saw Aaron Rodgers just drafted. This is an interesting time
I'm on
for
the clock.
quarterback.
Hold on. Jesus Christ.
Daniel Jones available. Oh, you took Elijah Moore right out of my queue.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's a tier of receivers I like down here that aren't rookies, that are younger still. My guy Treylon Burks, but Elijah Moore. I wonder what he's going to be like in this offense. They do have a lot of other receivers, but it did seem like they wanted to do something with him. I should have. What I don't actually know, honestly, is he still under contract? Do you know that?
Who?
Elijah Moore.
No, I don't know that off the top of my head.
Yeah, we got to do better. I'm looking up Elijah Moore. Don't worry. Elijah Moore is under contract with the Cleveland Browns. It looks like they would have no dead money and $3 million in savings if they cut him. But I think you would probably want to keep Elijah. Maybe you keep Elijah Moore for that price tag. I don't know. So maybe he'll be on the Browns next year.
Just took Josh Palmer.
Okay.
Kind of I could see him maybe working out in this Chargers receiving room.
I have no real take on the Chargers receiving room I don't know if any of these guys are hard workers. That with Harbaugh, that's all it's going to come down to. Let's see. Jordan Palmer, what year was he?
Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield gone.
I just said Jordan Palmer. What year was Josh Palmer drafted? Okay, Josh Palmer is a cut candidate. It would almost no dead money and they could save $3 million, just like Elijah Moore, which tells me this is basically a last year of the rookie deal. That's interesting, Sean.
It is.
That makes me think he's going to get cut. You think Harbaugh's going to cut some motherfuckers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, but he's a quality vet. He'll end up somewhere.
How many running backs do you have?
I have 5 running backs.
I just realized I only have 3 running backs.
I got 6 receivers, 1 tight end, 2 quarterbacks. I just picked up Will Levis.
Oh, that was you.
Yep.
I saw that. Any take on Gus Edwards? Do you think he's going to be, where is he going to be under contract next year?
Oh, I never know.
I assume he'll be back with them. Finally had a good year. All right. What about Hunter Henry?
Yeah, it's not that exciting, Ryan.
3 tight ends. You got to take 3. That's what we learned. That's what I learned this past year.
Where does Danger Russ end up? Obviously, Denver's going to cut him. Ryan, if you could scroll down the board, I'm sure the chat would appreciate.
Oh, we're on the. I'm caught. What do you mean?
No, I'm just getting you ahead of it.
There you go.
Oh, you took Treylon Burks to pair with Will Levis, I guess.
No, definitely not. But I was earlier talking about how much I like Treylon Burks. It wasn't my fault. You took Will Levis.
It's okay. Kyle Phillips is still available.
I was listening at all those running backs that were on the Zoom call. I didn't mention J.K. Dobbins. We'll see. What do you think is going to happen with that guy? He's already attempted to hold out multiple times.
It's not worked well for him.
Didn't work at all for him.
No. Baker won a playoff game. LOL. Dirt McGurk pointing out, let Russ cook. Where does he go, Ryan? You didn't answer my question. Where does Russell Wilson end up?
Did you see the news?
So his house is up for sale.
He is willing to take a minimum deal.
Well, yeah, because the Broncos are going to be paying him an insane amount of money.
Yeah, no, it's excellent. Now people are speculating he's some competition for the rookie and Dan Jones in New York. No, why would you put Russ in your locker room? Have we learned nothing?
Oh man, him and that was always his dream to end up in New York.
Fucking idiot! I know.
His wife loves
the bright lights.
Bright lights, New York City, Ryan. you always point out how it's better for guys to play in New York.
No,
Get all that endorsement money.
I mean, unless you think Russ learned his lesson and he's going to be that sexy motherfucker we used to love betting on.
He was sliding around a lot in the offseason. I don't know what happened.
Everything's been a bad look. Everything has been a bad look. I took Keaton Mitchell.
I wonder if you can go to a Russell Wilson open house. If we have any listeners in Denver, check out his place.
I do know a guy who does real estate stuff, and
yeah,
you know what? I'm gonna put in a call.
Reach out, Ryan.
Maybe we fly out there, check out the home. Is this where he did the Pilates with the football? Take me to the room.
Are you actually interested in this?
Yeah, no, I love the house. It's great. It's great. But seriously, where did he do the Pilates with the football? That's what I want to know.
Was it? No, it was whatever you call that sliding thing. Pilates is that torture rack looking thing.
Oh yeah, I know all about Pilates.
Oh, okay.
Get the old ladies destroying you. What's your take on Rashad Bateman next year, Sean?
Yeah, I see some upside case for him.
He's on the roster. They can literally save no money by cutting him.
I mean, I don't think only 32 catches last year. 93 career
They've really
catches.
tried to not use him. So
Well, it's weird.
is
His rookie year was his best year. 68 catches. Or no, sorry, 46. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Odell. I mean, does Odell have anything left?
He's a free agent, right? That was a 1-year deal.
Just drafted my boy Chig. Got to load up on Chig with the stack there.
That's nice. See what you did there? A real nice late round stack. Will Levis, Chiga Okonkwo, 2 physical specimens who play. They look better than they play football. I do probably need another tight end. That was another takeaway from last year. Take
tight ends.
Take 3 tight ends no matter what. Who's the tight end? There's plenty of guys down here that will be catching passes this year. Which one do you like the most?
Parham I like. Tucker Kraft is interesting. Oh, Russell Wilson just went. Bruni pulled him right out of my queue. I will take a bite on Rashad Bateman, Ryan.
Okay.
Selling me on him.
That would have been a stack for me, fucker.
Oh, but you, like you said, you're not down to support other people's stacks. So.
Oh, you want to do collusion? They take that shit seriously.
I know. I saw you.
I'm not doing collusion. Damian Pierce still on the board. How the mighty have fallen. No one down here is interesting to me. The draft could end right now and I'd be fine. Literally no one. No one I want to draft is here. Is there anyone you would draft here?
For what position?
Any position.
Yeah, sure.
It's literally all trash down here.
I do need a third quarterback.
Israel Abanaconda. That's hot. Oh, you know what? Hold on. How much time do I have?
I mean, if you're drafting JJ McCarthy, you're probably going to start him, right?
Yeah. All right. I'm running out of time.
Ding, ding, ding.
Keep taking. I'm going to take a lot of Jonathan Mingo this year too. He is a low yak guy or a low ADOT guy. He's my favorite to lead the team in receptions this year, Sean.
Mingo.
Yep. I
He's
just got a number 1 target in Carolina in the 18th round, 17th round.
Wow, Tucker Kraft goes. That was going to be my guy.
I keep passing on him.
How's Dawson Knox still available? I mean,
is he under contract? I think he is. They gave him some money, I think.
Yeah, that's why Adam was so mad at when they drafted the
Ooh, yeah, they can't cut him next year. He's going to be on the team. He's definitely going to be on the team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love him, but this late, I think, you're looking him, Parham. All right, so how many more guys I got on my roster here? 3 more guys. I need 1 tight end, probably 1 quarterback, 1 receiver. Easy.
Tyler Higbee's still under contract.
Really?
He is. All right.
Interesting. But he had a torn ACL, Ryan. So,
Who?
and that was at the end of the year. Higbee. That was actually in the playoff game. So I would not draft Tyler Higbee.
No. I was looking in the context of the other guy, Davis Allen.
Oh, why he's drafted so high? Yeah, it must be because Higbee's blew out.
Well, so Higbee's under contract till 26. It looks like he could be. He's cuttable next in 2025.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Higbee probably.
No. I know. I was just checking on it. Just learning about contracts this time.
All right.
Hey, you got to learn this stuff.
Josh Reynolds is still around.
All right,
I got 5 touchdowns.
I got a Caleb Williams double stack. I got a Kirk Cousins double stack. I got a Lamar double stack. Dude, I built a pretty sick team. Logan Thomas, hopefully he's on the Commanders. I know his contract situation makes him cuttable.
JJ McCarthy.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
It's a starting quarterback.
Hopefully. He didn't really have to do much in Michigan. I'm kind of in
see, we talk about Dawson Knox and then Bruni Snakes.
Yeah, well, it's a great pick. He's on the Bills offense still.
Yeah.
You think he's listening or is it just a coincidence?
It's a tough call, Ryan. It's a tough call. Who do you think the Indianapolis Colts number 1 tight end is? Jelani Woods?
I don't think so.
Kyle Granson, Mo Alley Cox?
Probably Granson based on like total volume, but they seem to rotate them. They seem to like to be able to rotate them. Screw us over.
All right, Davis Allen upside.
Yeah, I don't hate that pick. Is 4 running backs enough?
No, you're fucked. This team is not winning $1 million.
No, $200K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then yeah,
this team's
this
not
one,
winning
yes.
$1 million either. No team's winning $1 million.
Ooh, who's your Devo saying Brock Bowers is Colts number 1 tight end? Interesting.
Does seem like there's a lot of steam with it being Cincinnati.
Well, he said Indy, but
no, I know. I'm just saying. Everything I've read is like since he loves Brock Bowers.
yeah.
And now it seems like Brock Bowers could make it down there. I don't know. I don't really have a strong take on a.
I think Kyle Pitts kind of flaming out has hurt the super draft into tight end high in the first round. Although Sam Laporta, what was he drafted? He was second round, right?
Yeah.
He's looked awesome. I mean, again, small sample size, but normally rookie tight ends don't dominate like he did. Jesus Christ. This guy, Sam Laporta, was born in 2001, right? Feel old. Guy's already dominating at the NFL level. All right, you're on the clock.
Yeah,
What'd you do?
I got Jamal Williams. The team got him that touchdown at the end of the year. I think that's a sign of his leadership in the locker room.
Tank Bigsby. What do you think the Jags do with Tank Bigsby?
I don't know.
They really seem to hate him.
He's young.
Yeah, maybe they give him another chance.
His name is Tank.
Oh, Tank Bigsby gets drafted as I say that.
That it feels like someone's probably listening. Is this the year we will see Clyde Edwards-Helaire not get drafted for the final time? He's out of the league now, right? I think he's off his rookie. He was a first round pick. Remember that?
Yeah. No, he's a first round pick, and he was also like a first round fantasy pick. What did he? I feel like he peaked at like 4 or 5 overall in fantasy that year.
Yeah,
He did win a heroism award for his bravery during the KC shooting. So shout out to CEH. Don't know the details on that,
right.
but
One more running back, Samaje P. Ryan. I'm gonna have to be told that he's not going to be a part of the plan this year.
Darnell Mooney. I could sack him with Caleb Williams, right?
No, not in this form. It's he's on the Redskins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do also think from a content perspective, Caleb Williams being the guy that the Redskins draft to change their franchise, only to be soft, like that version to be accurate. And he's just some.
I mean, he's around. Caleb Williams is in dangerous waters there with the Bears and the Commanders, two teams who have just really not been kind to quarterbacks they've drafted.
Is he possibly only an inch taller than Bryce Young? That can't be. That has to be fake news, right?
That would put him at 5'11" if Bryce Young's 5'10". So it would be 2 inches off what he's listed at online here.
I mean, they're being measured, right? The combine's starting like right now. All right, yeah. Bryce Young Bryce Young measured at 5'10" and an 1/8 inch at the combine and weighed 204 pounds.
No
bullshit.
Way. No way.
Bullshit.
Come on. What are we talking about here?
All right, we're
no
done.
way.
I mean, I don't.
No, someone actually drafted Alec Pierce. Come on.
All right, so
kidding me?
per the USC website, Caleb Williams is 6'1", 216.
What will he actually measure at?
I don't know, because now I'm going to look at what do you think Bryce Young was listed at at Alabama?
6 feet. They got him up to 6 feet. I feel like he got 2 inches of flexibility.
Yeah, so Bryce Young was listed at 6 foot 195.
So he lost he lost 2 inch, gained 10 pounds and lost 2 inches.
That does make me worried about if Caleb Williams is shorter than 6 foot. Is he not the number 1 pick? Should we be making sure we bet on this? He's favored -1,000 to be the first pick, Sean.
Yeah, because he's going to be the.
We
first
may
pick.
have stumbled into something here. If he's 5'11", he's not the first pick.
That will be breaking news if he doesn't measure at 6 feet. All right, here's my draft, Ryan. Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, JJ McCarthy. Don't love my quarterbacks there. Rashad White, Nick Chubb, Raheem Mostert, Zach Charbonnet, Kendre Miller. Kind of okay on the running backs, considering another bunch of studs in the receiver room. Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Chris Olave, Christian Watson, Josh Downs, Ladd McConkey, Joshua Palmer, Rashad Bateman, Kyle Phillips. Probably didn't need to go. Probably should have had more running back bullets, less receiver bullets. Tight ends, Cole Kmet, Chig, Davis Allen. Probably didn't need to draft Cole that high. But those are my takeaways, Kramer. How say you?
Those are some strong takeaways here. Let me close the draft. Hold on a second. All right. I've got Lamar, Caleb Williams, Kirk Cousins, Aaron Jones, Najee Harris, Blake Corum, Keaton Mitchell, Jamal Williams, Samaje Perine. Gonna need to hit on one of those running backs. Garrett Wilson, Nico Collins, Drake London, Terry McLaurin, Khalil Shakir, Elijah Moore, Treylon Burks, Jonathan Mingo. I like my receivers. Kyle Pitts, Isaiah Likely, Logan Thomas. Gonna need that 3-man weave to pay off there. Good shit. And reminder, head over to Over the Cap, Spot Track, whatever you like. Start studying those contracts. It's that time of year. And Sean, last thing.
Yes.
He's -900 to be drafted by the Bears. He's -1,000 to be drafted first. If he's under 6 foot, I think that's seriously at risk.
Hoosier Devo saying he could see the G-men taking Brock Bowers. Any chance? They already have a stud tight end in Darren Waller.
That
another mustache bet loading, Ryan?
0% chance the Giants are taking Brock Bowers.
Okay. You heard it here first.
0%. Caleb Williams to be the second pick is 9-1.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, are you going to fire, Ryan? Are you going to fire?
Tuesday, we're talking draft props and we're talking next team props. Sean, stay tuned.
I will be tuned in because I'm over at youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast. I've smashed that subscribe button.
Well, not too hard.
Okay. Yeah. Don't want to break the subscribe button. Of course, go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com /dog. Get in our Underdog contest. Sign up with Underdog. Use the promo code SGPN. Running a contest at the end of the month. 5 listeners / viewers get t-shirt, hats, and $50 SGPN gift cards. And speaking of gift cards, Got one coming courtesy of this Apple Podcast review as I'm killing time here, pulling it up. Yeah, here we go.
Hopefully it's something nice.
It is by Let It Ride ! Via Apple Podcast. No 2024 review ? Man, this podcast is awesome and it's only getting better! ! Shout out to you, Let It Ride. Hit us up. Got you hooked up with a Michigan gift card. Podcast@sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Emails get you taken care of.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
I mean, second pick 9-1, Sean
Kramer. Let it ride.